Hello and welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John, where in each episode we'll stroll down the Macintosh memory lane. We'll discuss older Macintosh computers, collecting all things related to the Mac and Apple computer, and current topics from the perspective that only a couple of old Mac fans can provide.
Good evening, John.
Good evening, James.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm quite well.
Did
I am
Joe get home okay?
Joe got home okay, and got stuff from a different Joe.
Another Joe.
Joe Strassnyder got me my SC30 boards.
Oh, look
back.
at that. It's in your Mac Effects case.
Mm-hmm. Boy, let me tell you,
Excellent.
those boards looked immaculate.
Uh-huh.
Just
It's a thorough
absolutely
cleaning, yeah.
like brand new looking tantalum caps.
Mm.
Just I will grab the other board and I will show it next week because it is
Okay.
a thing of beauty. So quite happy.
Wonderful. Well, terrific. Sorry about last week. As things go, we live regular lives with regular demands of full-time jobs and such, and the day just got away from me. And I guess that's the risk at doing these in the evenings as opposed to first thing, get it done. Eagle eyes will look at my setup here and notice some changes. This is still part of the ongoing saga of fixing my air conditioning. We are now about to enter the fourth month of trying to resolve this problem. And
no way.
Part of month 3 activity is cutting big holes in the ceiling to access equipment. And therefore I had to move this rack so you can see the corner of my Lisa 2 there.
Yeah.
This rack is normally out of frame and against that wall. And then here is my Apple Network server that's normally back in that corner too.
So, I just thought it was an end table.
That's all squeezing in on me. But
every week you're just gonna get a little closer and closer until you're just like in that little cubby in the back with your Mac.
But the hole's been cut. The stuff is no, they're still gonna. I don't know. Actually, it's still. I'm gonna be like this for a while. I was gonna say I can put it back, but I can't. And I can't do that yet. But anyway, all right. Well, let's record the show.
Till one more thing before we do. I just want to mention that I just posted. Michael Mulhern had just recently scanned in a 2C technical reference manual and also the service manual for the Apple III. I put the links into the notes. Just wanted to say that he just got back from 4 days at Oz K-Fest, so awesome there.
Nice.
So there you go. All right, I just wanted to mention that.
Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 665 for October 30th, 2023. Good evening, John.
Good evening, James.
See, I said that correctly this time. I had to really concentrate. Get out of my
after so many years of that's right.
Yeah. October 30th. When we were originally planning this episode, we thought it was going to be on October 31st, and we thought it'd be a good opportunity to do some kind of Halloween themed.
Not only that, but it would have also been episode 666.
Had I not fallen through last week. Yes, tonight would have been 666. And so we had discussed looking back at Diablo, the original.
Which we're still going to do. We're going to do that next week because it'll still work for episode 666.
Yes.
And it's still an ongoing series, which is kind of cool. It's certainly withstood the test of time.
Right. Yep. But today we're going to go look at it goes by many different names, but we first saw it as the Apple Multimedia Program.
Yeah, this came out of last week's episode. It was an ad in Macworld.
Yeah, October 1993. So we thought, what is this thing? what do you do with it? And so we did a little digging to learn more about it, and we'll share what we found. So why don't we come back with some eBay finds? All right. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Time now for eBay finds. Last episode, there was the Apple Macintosh Picasso logo enamel pin. This one doesn't have just any old Picasso logo, but it has that strange halo. It looks like a halo in sort of the Picasso design language. Also on the pin, the halo's in gold, like the perimeter. This one sold after 6 bids for just $26.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
amazing.
wish we knew what the significance was. There's got to be something to this. We just don't know.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah. And then there was the
wooden
little
truck.
Yeah, the toy truck. You can probably guess that it did not sell. It was a starting bid of $1,999. It has been relisted and did not sell again. And then they relisted it again. And I guess they're not learning too many lessons because it's still at the starting bid of $1,999. Although there was a make an offer. And this ends in 5 days. The ornament. Somebody got a deal on this. This was a 1987 Apple computer Christmas tree ornament, a glass globe type ornament, sold after 2 bids for the low price of $13.50.
Oh, wow. Yeah, somebody did get a deal.
Yeah. Some RetroMac fan will be very pleased to find this.
Absolutely.
On the tree or under the tree or however they get it. Okay. This week, we'll begin with this. Do people still have letter openers? Most people.
I don't think I ever owned a letter opener.
They're handy if you open a lot of letters. We don't open as many letters as we used to, or envelopes. Most everything comes electronically. But once upon a time, there was a Bring Home the Power Macintosh letter opener.
Okay. So first thing first. Is it Bring Home the? Because the power is lowercase here, so I don't think it's a Power Macintosh ad, right? It's just Bring Home the Power.
Just the Power
Macintosh, the power of Macintosh. Okay.
With no of, but yeah.
Right. But
the description says it was from the late 80s. It measures about 7.5 inches in length. Some of the chrome plating on the blade has some wear. And
I'm guessing from opening all those AOL disk mails. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks more like a shiv. It looks like you could.
Yeah. So this is what you'd bring to a computer fight. It's like what Intel versus what would have been the. Yeah. This is. Yes. Definitely could be weapon.
Yeah,
nice.
But it's I don't. I've never seen this thing before. It looks kind of legit. I can't imagine somebody would
does look
make
legit.
this. It has
because it's like an acrylic handle with
yeah. And the listing says something about how it's a dealer's item. Like I don't know, maybe it was distributed to dealers or something. It wasn't something that was sold to the public. It was probably something that was just given to stores. They want a pretty reasonable starting bid of $9.95. No bids
Not
right
bad.
now.
Yeah.
This ends on Saturday.
All right. Well, next up we have. So when I was looking at the what we're going to talk about today, it led me to looking at trying to find something software to see if it was software related over at Macintosh Garden. What I did find was a different media thing, and so I was looking for that on eBay, and I found the Media Toolkit, which has nothing to do with either of the things we're going to be talking about today. What this is, it is a marketing communication CD-ROM from Apple. This particular auction has 5 5 Apple Media Toolkits ranging from 1993 to 1994, still sealed. So one of these is available on Macintosh Garden, and I downloaded it, and I had opened up in Sheep Shaver because it was a toast image, and it has ads in PageMaker format for people. So this would have been something that went probably out to the dealers so they could do local ads and stuff like that. Definitely gonna dig into one of these, get PageMaker on a system, and try to open up some of these ads that were in the disc that I found on Macintosh Garden. But if you want to get some actual discs in hand, this has the spring of 93, fall of 93, winter spring of 94, and May of 94, 2 copies of the same one there. Buy it now. Buy it now for all of these. $60. Very decent price for the fact that these are still sealed. And who knows
Pretty
what
neat.
kind of...
I can't believe I've gone this many years looking for these kinds of things and never come across these.
Yeah, well, because this wouldn't have even been general public. This would have just, again, I'm guessing, just going out to dealers. So unless you knew somebody from back in the day.
Well, I'm saying just even on eBay in the last 30 years. Looking, right. I mean, I've never seen anybody list these things. That'd be really, really fun to look at. So we'll do a deeper dive, right, on a future episode about.
Yeah. I'll look at the one that's available on Macintosh Garden.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and
and I guess we don't have an ending on that. It's just to buy it now. Okay. All right. And lastly, look at this. There's a box. What is in that box? Well, the title says Sealed Apple Macintosh 2, 1987 Logic Board, New Open Stock.
Ooh. See, now this for all the people who have got a battery bombed Apple Macintosh 2, here you go. Oh,
so the description says this is a rare find, a sealed sales stock of a pristine new open stock Apple Macintosh 2 logic board. Vintage motherboard would be perfect for collectors and enthusiasts alike. The board is in excellent condition with no signs of wear and tear. This board will surely be a great addition to any collection. And so the picture shows, now there's not a picture. I guess it's
still
is the
sealed?
bag still, well, there's a it looks like they never even bothered to open the bag. Like they're looking at the condition kind of through the anti-static bag, right?
Right.
There's some translucency there, maybe. So yeah, it looks like this is still got 1987 air inside of it. But that's that's great.
Okay, but even better is what this buy it now price is for this thing. I cannot believe this is still up here.
$190. Buy it now. Yeah, it seems like that's a very
there's a make an
price.
offer. And there's a make an offer.
Somebody buy that right now.
Yeah.
For $190.
This may not survive tonight's live podcast. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, gosh, it's just gonna be pristine. This is the kind
because I'm assuming these did not have a battery in them when they were in the static packaging. So one like this would be, you take it out and then you frame it or something under glass or something like that. But there is a make an offer. It ships from Stony Brook, New York. And I guess that's all we can say about it. So hopefully somebody will snap that up. Okay. That is killer. Yeah, Derek, that was the Apple Media tool is what kind of led me to seeing the this other thing. Yeah. So
Okay. Let's talk about the Apple Multimedia program in 3, 2, 1. Okay, it was last episode, 2 weeks ago, when we came across this ad in Macworld magazine, October 1993. You don't need a crystal ball to see where multimedia is going. What you need is a box. Of course, back then in 1993, we got our stuff in boxes. This is the Apple Multimedia program. And It is, well, the box is the orientation kit, right? I guess it has little booklets and material stuff in there. Most of the other items you do actually access online through a personal Apple Link address or a bulletin board. And so you would send in an application, and presumably then you would gain access to this material. And so I didn't know about this. I don't remember seeing these ads in those issues back then. So we did a little hunting around to see what is the Apple Multimedia Program all about. And John,
And,
you
and
found
basically, there was one place that I found information on it. It is over at the Vintage Computer Computing Wiki, which is praterhuman.net. A lot of interesting stuff on there, but yeah, there's a whole nice breakdown of what the Apple Media Program entailed. I put the link in the chat.
well, the first thing that's
Check it out.
interesting is that
Yeah.
on this website they refer to it as the Apple Media Program and not the Apple Multimedia Program.
Multimedia program, right? So at some point, something changed.
I guess there's a logo there that just has the same dancing person,
Yeah.
but it says Apple Media Program. So unless somebody did a typo there, I don't know. So it seems like it might be referred to either. But this website, I don't think we've ever been to this website. It is a pretty good resource for all things vintage Apple.
Not to mention
here.
also,
I'll go back here a level, and you can see the index here. It just goes on and on and on of things. So, for example, let's just click on something like Apple Network Server, which is sitting next to me. It's kind of like a standard Wikipedia entry. This just looks like the Wikipedia entry. I don't see any other things here. Maybe if I scroll down, a lot of these other ones do have links to PDFs of documentation, like manuals and oh, here we go. See, so this is stuff you would not probably get on the Wikipedia, right? Links to, I don't know, how about the Apple Network Server brochure, right? Looks like a PDF. So a ton of stuff archived here. We're going down a rabbit trail right now.
nothing to do with what we're actually talking about. Yes.
Yeah, but back to the media program. So I don't know. What did you learn about this thing?
Okay. Well, so this was like during the heyday of your interactive CDs, and basically this was a collection of resources to help people make their own interactive CDs. So membership benefits. Most AMP benefits and resources are delivered via the AMP website. The latest materials are delivered to the AMP members via quarterly CD-ROMs and the AMP newsletter. AMP members are also given access to special members-only area, which, along with the CD-ROMs, provides members with the first access to the latest information, sometimes quite some time before the material is available in the public areas of the AMP site. So there was a public area, there was, the elite area, I guess. Membership benefits. They mention co-marketing opportunities, market research reports, multimedia guidebooks, Apple multimedia information mailing, development hardware purchasing privileges, multimedia events and training discounts. So this was the future of multimedia. So they had a ton of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of
third-party compatibility testing lab, orientation kits, resource and referral assistance. Yeah,
and a ton of articles, just articles from people that are kind of breaking new ground here in multimedia. I just pulled up an article written about QuickTime VR, for example, because VR. I mean, we're still wondering when VR is going to hit. Maybe with the vision, it will. But look at all this old stuff here on like rigging up your SLR to do panoramic photography and just all kinds of stuff. So it's just it was just sort of a kind of a clearinghouse for information.
Yeah.
Anything to do with multimedia, and multimedia was almost anything, right? I mean, CDs, DVDs, photography, video,
Yeah, so this led me to look and see. I'm like, all right, so where does this fall on the timeline of like the Pippin? This actually predates the Pippin by several years. The Pippin I don't think came out until '96, and they're talking like '93.
Yeah.
So I was just curious to see if one was kind of a push to make sure there was content for the other.
Yeah, well, it's very likely that this sort of gathering this information, of course, the multimedia explosion with CD-ROM based
Yeah.
software led to the Pippin. There's this other thing that we found called the Apple Media Kit,
Mm-hmm.
which was not referenced in that page of the
Right.
multimedia program or media program, whatever you want to call it. But we got to believe that it did.
So yeah, all right. So this is the funny
actually
thing.
come later.
The Apple Media program has nothing to do with actual program. However, the Apple Media Kit is a program. So just
That's right. That's right. It's an application, a development environment, right? For
Yeah.
putting together CD-ROM. Yeah. And then that. Oops, I'm jumping ahead. Then we find there's another. So there was a media kit, and then there was the toolkit, or no, the program.
So the Media Kit became the Apple Media Tool.
Tool, there it is. The Apple Media Tool.
Right.
Right. Yes. Anyway, so eventually the multimedia program was more than just articles and connecting with people. It actually software came out of this. And so
because they came up with the Apple Media Kit. They mentioned that it was basically because Director was a pretty complex interface and scripting language, and so they basically wanted to do a simplified version of that, and that's what the Apple Media Kit was, just to make it easier for people to do their own interactive CDs.
Yeah. Anyway, obviously it was a wild time back then with the explosion of what multimedia was, and so but I think the most exciting thing that for us, just looking around at this, was stumbling upon this vintage computing wiki, everything it has to offer beyond just what we were just talking about. But yeah, so that's at wiki.predatorhuman.net, and I mean, I guess that's about it.
You could spend hours digging through all the links just on the Apple Media Program wiki. I mean, there's tons of stuff on
down
there
here, right? All these
survival guides, multimedia guides.
A lot of interesting stuff. Okay. All right. Well, and let's see. Oh, I know what we're gonna do next.
So Michael bought those CDs.
Oh, he did.
Yep. So he's mentioned that he's retired. he's got to find things to do. So he bought those CDs, and he will be archiving those. So,
but not the Mac 2 Logic board. We didn't get a sale on that. I'll refresh the page.
Checking. We'll keep checking.
Nope, nothing yet. Okay.
Not yet. Okay.
All right. Let's get into some news let's see, 3, 2, 1. It's time for the news. We made special arrangements, coordinated it with high-level people at Apple to make sure that we did not conflict with the big announcement for tonight. So what, about, I don't know, an hour and a half ago, Apple did their event, Scary Fast. Not wicked fast, but scary fast, of course, aligning with the holiday. Well, holiday, it's not a holiday, right? You get a day off on that. We don't get the day off for Halloween.
Right. Yeah.
I guess they still kind of call it a holiday, right?
It is. Yeah.
Even though
it's just not a national holiday.
Not a take a day off holiday.
Yes, exactly. Should be.
Yeah. It should be. And so Have they ever done this before? I mean, I'm showing the animation.
Why was
here
it so
of-
late in the day?
Why was it late? Normally they're in
I
the
mean, it
middle
was-
of the day. Normally they're around
Yeah.
noon, right?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's getting the whole scary thing about it because they played on the whole Halloween theme.
Okay.
And then
All
even the smiley face, our old favorite Smiley Mac
Yeah, the
face
Happy Mac guy. Yeah.
looks like a jack-o'-lantern. How
Ah,
they
yeah,
have
with
it
the glowy glow.
animated,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I can see that.
So if you watch the presentation, they had this cool spooky intro at night flying into the campus there with
Ah.
fog and everything. And
All right. So they
I
went
think-
all in. That's nice. I like that.
yeah. And Tim Cook missed the opportunity. His first two words were "good evening," but he didn't say it like that. He just said "good evening." I don't know why. Kind of lost that moment. But anyway, so
Right.
the big announcement was, I think, pretty much what was rumored to be the new M3. I don't know if
Ah.
everybody thought that we would get 3 iterations of it: the M3, M3 Pro, and M3 Max.
Oh, wow.
All 3 announced at the same time, and then for MacBook Pros 14 and 16 inch, and then all the iMacs will get upgraded. All of them. Well, there's only one, the 24-inch iMac, upgraded from the M1. So the M1 skips a generation, goes right to M3.
Oh, so
Pretty
they're
much.
pretty much everything's using the new processor now, more or less.
Well, the MacBook Pros and
Uh-huh.
the iMacs.
Okay.
Everything else is still stuck with the 2s and whatever
Got it.
version, right? So
right.
I'm sure in the months to come, they'll eventually upgrade those. But they always like to go with the Pros first, get them on the hottest new chips, and then the iMacs make sense because they've been languishing for, well, M1's a fine chip, but it's been a few years. So there was no one more thing. So now I saw in the comments.
I thought there was a mention of them talking about gaming at this event, but yeah.
Well,
there was
the
a
chips
rumor,
are
obviously.
pretty darn fast and make huge leaps in graphics performance, but they have been each time, and I don't know that nothing's ever much changed from the gaming front as far as establishing itself as a major player in gaming. But who knows? Maybe this will be the moment. I saw somebody in the chat mentioned that they saw a Ruby iMac in one of the labs. I missed that. I'd love to see a screen grab of that, because I was looking. That's what I look for. That's the most thing I'm interested in. So where they go into their fancy high tech labs to see what's lurking there in the background. But I missed that. I'll have to go back and rewatch it. Good eye. Let's see what else is in the news. Last time we talked about some of those LCG auctions for some sealed iPhones looking to break some records, and this is really interesting. I mean, so they had one that was an original 2007 4GB iPhone, factory sealed, even has the receipt. That one sold after 17 bids for $133,435.20.
Jeez.
Which is incredible.
That is crazy.
Now help me figure this out, though. I can't understand the next auction. This is another 2007 iPhone. Now it's the 8 gig, not the 4 gig variant. I'm not sure what that would mean in terms of value, but this one is not only sealed. We talked about this, right? It's not only sealed in the original box, it's also sealed in the shipping box from FedEx or something.
Yeah.
And that one only sold for $37,000. So you open it up and now it's worth 4 times that?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't understand the logic.
Do not.
But it seems like somebody got a very good deal here. I guess it's who knows what's really in that box? I guess is that the risk you're taking, like there's some risk in that's not really in there. That I don't know. Can anybody figure that out? I don't know. We also talked about the original factory sealed iPod. Only 2 bids. Got it up to $6,600. Amazing. Original
That
iPod.
is. Yeah.
And then the other one was the 20-year. This will be an employee's anniversary award. 20 years of service to the company. That one sold for $5,316. So there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
And just one more thing in the news. We had talked about this. It was coming up, but this is the Big Mess of Wires sponsored Mactoberfest. It did go down a few weeks back.
Very good.
And if you go to bigmessofwires.com, you can see the photos. Looks like there was very good participation. Lots of tables set up. Lots of great old Apple hardware set up there. And
is it in an old church?
Yeah, I have this picture right here.
It is. Look at that.
Either that or
those have got to be pews. Isn't that a pipe organ on the left?
It is.
Side
Yeah,
there?
it looks like that church desperately needs to upgrade their AV setup. And there's a picture of free stuff. Look at that.
Free stuff. Hey.
Free stuff.
Oh man, there's a tie book on the free stuff, as well as see a pizza box Mac bite. Look at that tie book just sitting there, just waiting.
It looks like it's seen better days.
Oh, they all do. I mean, come on. It's like 3 minutes out of the box, those things started chipping. Come on.
Anyway, well, hopefully some of y'all got over there and participated. It looks like they're taking apart classic Macs, and they had some gaming competitions. And
that sounded like it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully they'll make that a regular event. Yeah. Quarterly or something. But a lot of fun. BigMessOWires.com. Cool. All right. Well, and that's it for the news. Okay. Let's see. I think we covered everything.
I think so.
Okay. Well, we'll do a little outro.
Yep.
Thank everybody for showing up. Let's see. Are we around next week? I am. You?
Yes.
We're around
absolutely.
next week. Okay. So
absolutely.
All right. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. That brings us to another episode of the RetroMacCast. We will be back for episode 666 next week, when we will talk about an old classic game, Diablo, which that franchise still lives on.
Still going? Yep.
It's you might be able to say it's undead, or I don't. And let's see, that will be on Monday evening at 8 p.m. Central on YouTube Live. You can come see us do this thing unrehearsed and raw.
That's it. You get all the great behind the scenes stuff. You get to see James's work area get closer and closer in as they do more AC stuff. So
I refreshed the Macintosh 2 board. Still there.
Yeah. It's got to be gone. It's got to be gone for next week.
I hope so. All right. Well, thanks everybody in the chat for joining us. And until next week, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Okay. We got any bonus stuff?
I don't have any bonus stuff.
I got something. So when I was I don't think I've done a show on this thing
since
Derek. We started doing video, but and I'll keep this short. I know John's past his bedtime. When I had to redecorate in here to enable folks to cut holes in my ceiling, I removed some artwork from the wall so it did not get damaged. Oh my gosh, this thing is heavy.
Oh, is this the Ooh, yes. Look at that, guys. Look at that.
We've done a show on this. I just don't think
Fantastic.
we've ever done it
Yes, we did.
on video. Have we?
No,
I don't,
I don't think so.
And
No.
of course, this is exactly something you'd want to do for video.
That is an original.
This is from the early days of Apple.
Yeah.
You got Mater Tectura, what
Like
looks
a
to be
sandblasted wood, right?
Yes, there's a lot of relief on this. This Apple and the letters are raised. These signs hung outside of Apple
before
buildings,
One Infinite Loop, right?
Corporate buildings.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of them. I remember seeing one like in Ireland where they had a factory one time, and some of them were larger, different format, but they were kind of all made the same way. I don't know that I've ever seen one exactly like this.
No. And the thing is, look how nice and shiny that paint is still. Look at that.
I know, and it hung outside. Now it did split down the middle here and or off to the side here, and I did attempt to seal it. I didn't do a very good job. One of these days I'll clean that up a bit there, but they for hanging outside for God knows how long, right? Probably till they got rid of the Mater Tectura font.
Is the Mater, is that gold?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of it's faded, but it's kind of a gold
metallic-y.
Okay. Right.
That comes over in the video. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
Anyway, I thought I'd show that since I had it off the wall. Oh my goodness. It's solid. Stay solid. All right.
That's some old growth lumber there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, thanks everybody for joining us, and hope to see you next week. You got any parting thoughts? You good?
No parting thoughts. All
right.
Happy to have my working clear
Yay.
SC30. Huzzah. And that's it.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the RetroMacCast with James and John. Email listener comments and questions to retromaccast@gmail.com or post comments on our website at www.retromaccast.com.